Hi, my name is Tali-Mae, welcome to my channel, and from the title, as you can see, today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of switching to old technology. Now, what do I mean by old technology? Well, I'm talking about technology from the 2000s. I'm talking about vinyl, CD players, Nokias, old phones, iPods, iPod shuffles. I'm talking about all the old technology that we used to use, VHSs, DVDs, CDs, everything. And I'm talking about the pros and cons. So there is this rumor going around that on the 1st of January, everyone will be switching to old technology. We'll be switching to the old technology and living as they did instead of this new age of modern technology where we've got AI and we've got contactless payments and everything is just digital, and they've got the rumors of you're going to get chips inside into our brains and we're going to be controlled. No, I'm going to talk about the old technology and the pros and cons that I find. My personal opinion, I'm going to have to close that window because the wind is so strong, but my personal opinion to the pros and cons of old technology. So let's get into it. Right, I've closed the window. So I'm going to go through the pros and cons. I have my book here with loads of pros and cons. I love doing pros and cons, if you couldn't tell. I have some in my other videos as well. So I'm going to start with the phone. So many people find doom scrolling, right? I personally struggle with doom scrolling, especially when seasonal depression hits and you just want to lay in bed, curl up because it's dark outside and you don't want to do anything, and everything is just morbid and sad and you just don't feel like it because you've got no sunshine, it's terrible weather, it's windy, you don't want to have your hood up, your hair looks horrible, you just don't want to do life. I get that. So doom scrolling is a really big problem right now in the world, everywhere. Doom scrolling is taking over people's lives, personally. And so I find that one of the biggest ways to tackle doom scrolling is to switch to a different phone. One that does not have social media. Now, I've seen people do the dumb phone hack on their iPhone or their Apple phone or Google phone, Samsung, whatever you want to use. I've seen people do that, and personally, it doesn't work for me. I cannot do a dumb phone. I find that I need something that is visually pleasing in order for me to want to use it. If you've seen my room tours, you know that I need things to be filled with me, my personality. So a dumb phone for me doesn't work, as I need a wallpaper. I need something that's going to be interactive with my brain. I'm an artist. I need something that's going to pull me in, so I'm actually going to use it. Hence why I decorate everything. And so I find that instead of using a dumb phone, like using your Apple iPhone as a dumb phone and switching back and forth between dumb phone and your normal phone, you can just get another phone. So I got this one at CEX, and it's just, oh, say hi. And it's literally just a Samsung phone. I'll insert some pictures here actually. It's just a Samsung classic, and it's got some beautiful details on the actual phone. This one was, I think, £25, I think. The only extra things that I've had to do is get a memory card for the phone, as they need a memory card to function. This one does, at least. And I've had to get another SIM card, but you don't necessarily have to do that. I just chose to do that because I'd like to have just a couple of phone numbers that I want to use on there. So I've got my boyfriend's number on there. I find that it's just so much simpler. It's so much, it takes away the need for speed, as we do in this society. In life right now, everything is so fast. Like, you need to send a message, you need to do everything, phone call them, you need the answer now. I just find that using a phone that is designed for a slow-paced life, as they did, it makes life feel less overwhelming. So I'm going to go through the pros and cons now of using an old phone. I've got quite a few pros and quite a few cons, so stick around, get a cup of tea, and get ready. Firstly, the pros. So number one pro, obviously, no social media. This phone has no social media. There is nothing on here that can make me doom scroll. I can't scroll on here, and that's really helpful. It can make you more productive. You can go and do other things because this phone is not going to make you hooked into it. You can't hook into it when you've got nothing to dopamine catch you. So you can call and you can text as normal as a normal phone. You can do selfies and photos that look really cool. I'll insert some really cool photos that I've taken on this cute little phone. I started off with a 6S, an iPhone 6S, and when I switched over to a more updated phone, I got the iPhone 12. I really missed the home button. And this one has a home button, and I was really happy. This one's also touchscreen, so if you still need that physical interaction, you struggle with the buttons, like a Nokia, for example. Some of them mainly have buttons, and you can get mini phones with just, you have to like type where you like double click for letters and stuff. I prefer touchscreen, so I've got this one, which is touchscreen. I can fully interact with it as if it's a normal iPhone, but it's a Samsung. It's basically a nicer version of a phone for my overstimulated brain. Now, another pro is it's great for social media detox days. Some days I like to just not go on social media, and that's really hard when you've got just an iPhone. And so I use my laptop just for Netflix on those days. Like, I'll just only use Netflix. I'll maybe go on YouTube, but I will mainly focus on poetry, art, writing, photography. I'll go on walks, and that leads me on to the cons. Now, the cons, it can be slow. The phone can be slow, obviously, because it's meant to slow you down. It can be slow when you're Google searching, you're typing, that's slow, and that's okay. It's meant to slow you down. It's meant to bring you back in, like, to the present, and I quite like that. I like feeling that I'm in the present, I'm doing what I'm doing, I don't have to worry about anything else, I'm just sending a message. It gives you time to formulate what you actually want to say in the message as well. So another con is 2 phone bills. I don't want to use the same phone number as my iPhone. I like that to be a separate phone, because obviously I use my iPhone for clocking in and out of work. I use it for banking app, transferring money, just the daily things that you need for the apps. So I like to have that as a separate phone number. I mainly use it as a camera for vlogging, and it has all my passwords on it. So I have this one as a separate phone number. It's on a completely different contract, but I top it up as I go. So if I wanted to, I could just not top this one up and mainly use my iPhone, or vice versa and do the other way. I bought an EE SIM for £1 at Sainsbury's, and I just put £10 on it. And so this has unlimited calls and texts, and I think 20 gigabytes of data. That's all you need. And that's gonna last me for a whole month. And if I want to top it up, awesome. If I know I'm gonna have a lot of social media detox days, I'm gonna top it up. But con 2 phone bills, it's £10 for my iPhone. I use the service 3, and I just put £10 on. I get 60 gigabytes. Their deals are really good right now. Not sponsored, by the way, but £10 on this one, and I get 25 gigabytes unlimited calls and texts, and then at £10 on my iPhone, and I get 60 gigabytes unlimited calls and texts. So that can be a con for some people, but if you have the financial stability to be able to do that, do it. If not, swap your SIM, and it will work the same way. Another con with phones like this is sometimes they are very old batteries, and so you may have to charge them more frequently. This one, the battery can drain just from Wi-Fi usage, so sometimes I have to charge it a bit more often just because it's been connected to the Wi-Fi. So when I'm home, make sure it's charged fully, and then it's okay. It does last quite a while, a full day, and it's not dead yet. Another con, the last con, I find, if you need to check your bank or your social medias, or you need to check an email, sometimes it's either not possible, or like certain phones, it's not possible. I'm not using it as that purpose. I'm using it just for calls, texts, and the camera. And it does have Google Maps, it has GPS tracking, it has Notes app, Google. It's got plenty, actually. It's got loads. And like, look how cool it is. It's perfect for what I need it for. It's got so much on there, and I'm a silver girly, so I'm really happy that I got the one that has this design. It's so nice. Let's move on to the next device. So I'm going to talk about my iPod Shuffle. Now, we're moving into old technology, and one of the main things that was a hype in like the 2000s, music. Okay, CD players, vinyl players, iPod Shuffle, like Walkmans. Oh, that would be so cool to have a Walkman. But I have chosen the iPod Shuffle. Now, my iPod Shuffle was £25 on Vinted, and that's cheap. Think about it, that's cheap. You can get these literally, there's loads on Vinted. Help yourself, like go have a look. And my one came with this little tin. It's got little foxes on it. One of my previous videos, the what's in my uni bag, goes through loads of my other tins that I keep. I love tins so much. So this one is just my tin that I got given with my iPod Shuffle. Now, it came with this adapter that you just put onto your laptop, and it also came with a pair of wired headphones. I'm just going to talk through the pros and cons of using an iPod instead of Spotify or Deezer or Apple Music, whatever you use. So just trying to show you options of old technology and just the pros and cons of switching to old technology in such a modern technology crisis is what I personally would call it. It is quite a bit of a dilemma with everyone so caught up in, oh, I use ChatGPT. No, please don't. It's really bad for the environment. So no more global talking. Let's talk about the pros and cons of an iPod Shuffle. So one of my first pros, straight off the back, you can put all your favorite songs into one tiny square. All of my vinyl songs, I have a vinyl player, which is another thing that you can switch to for old technology. Get a vinyl player, buy your favorite vinyls. It stops you going on your phone to change the song. It stops you having to think about what you want to put on. Like, you get to pick a vinyl, listen to an album. It's right there. You don't have to use that extra brain power to be like, oh, what song do I want on? I'm not going to listen to songs that I don't even like. Pick a vinyl. You like those vinyls enough to buy it, so go put the vinyl on. Same with the iPod Shuffle. You like it enough to buy the album again for this. And most people don't buy the songs that they put on their iPod Shuffles or their iPod players. I do, I buy them off Apple Music and then I just transfer them over, but you can do it a different way, if you know what I mean. My second pro, it looks cool. When I clip, it's got a little clip on it. When I clip this to my coat or my jacket and I go out and I play it and I'm listening to the Smiths and I'm walking down the road and I'm like, I look so cool right now. Like, you feel cool. And I've had people go, whoa, you have an iPod Shuffle? That's cool. And I'm like, yeah, I've got an iPod Shuffle. That's old, but it's not old. It's cool. Go get yourself one. Another pro is it's efficient. You can just keep it clipped to you all day and just have a headphone in. I understand that people like having like the Bluetooth ones, but Bluetooth is not actually good for you. Neither is having an iPhone in your pocket. The radiation, it's to do with the radiation from the device. I just recommend using wired headphones. The quality sounds better on wired headphones, by the way. And with an iPod Shuffle, the volume ranges from like really quiet to like, it's like crazy the level of quality that comes with the iPod Shuffle. Like, the entire range of volume, like, it's different from an iPhone. It's not the same. It's got a bigger range. I don't know how, but it's got a bigger range of volume. I'd say it's quite cheap. Obviously it's not free, but £20 for one of these, and then you add some music onto there, and that's your music. That's cheap. It's cheaper than vinyls, because vinyls right now are really expensive. Like, one of my most expensive vinyls is probably about £100, and that's for the Lana Del Rey Born to Die album. And then my cheapest one was, I think, £23, and that's a Linkin Park demo vinyl. But makes a great Christmas present. You can get an Apple gift voucher, which I recently received one from my boyfriend, and you can just put £10 on there and you can buy an entire album. Done. Great Christmas present. So now I'm going to be over to the cons. So the cons of switching from your phone and having music from your phone and using a iPod instead. You can't pick specific songs necessarily unless you have a different model. There are many models of an iPod that have like a screen and you can like use the circle thing to like change the songs. But with this specific model, you can't choose the song. You have to physically, manually click through. But you can use this top switch to go from albums to shuffle. And I quite like that feature. You've got this button here in the middle, which if you press it, I think twice, it tells you what song it is, or if you hold it down, you get a manual. But I like that it tells you what song it is, what percentage it's on, what album you listen to, and if you want shuffle or if you want that specific album. But yeah, you can't pick specific songs. You have to go through manually unless you have a different device. Another con is it's wired headphones. Now, I understand that for some people wired headphones are fine. I find wired headphones, they're okay sometimes, but if I've got like, my coat is around my neck, then I'm gonna feel overwhelmed and I'm not gonna like it. So sometimes I usually just walk around, like walk to places and not have any music in, because the wires are gonna overwhelm me on that specific day. So that's one of the cons. You can't just add music, you have to manually do it compared to instant search online streaming platforms. So if someone says, oh, listen to this song, and you've got an iPod, you can't listen to it straight away. You've got to go and find it on a different device. So if you're out and about and you're only using your old phone and you've got your iPod, you can't just search it up. You have to wait until you get to the internet, or you've got to go and manually put that song if you do like it. You got to buy it, you got to put it on, you've got to do the whole transfer. So that's another con. But overall, I think it's quite a cool piece of technology that we should be bringing back, because I feel like it's so beneficial to separate things. So if you need to take a phone should be used for its intended purpose, not exploited by companies to just take your attention. I've learned recently how much the media is stealing your attention. They're getting paid for harassing you with notifications to steal your attention. They get paid every single time you open the app. Every single time that Snapchat is saying, hey, look at this memory from 3 years ago. And then you go on it and you look at it and you're like, wow, that's cool. They just got paid. When you go on Instagram and you go on the stories and you're just tapping through and you're not even taking it in, and you're just, I need to waste time. My coffee's not made yet. Let me just waste time. No, they're getting paid while you are not even taking in the information. You're not even taking in that someone went surfing. You're not taking it in. And it's just dopamine snatching, and they're getting paid for it. They're getting paid for the fact that you are wasting your time. When instead you're waiting for your coffee. Okay, well, look at my surroundings. My surroundings are cool. Go look at the birds in the trees, or the menu while they prepare your coffee, or have a conversation with someone. I feel like we in this day and age have lost so much physical and emotional connection with people alike. Like no one, or I personally don't see it as often, just random conversations. I treasure those moments when I get the random conversations, when you go on the bus and some old lady's talking to you about her son who's learning to drive, and you've only just started learning to drive, and it's so wonderful to hear anecdotes of anything, and I love it. But that sums up my pros and cons of switching to old phones and switching to old music. There are other ways that you can switch to old technology. You've got VHS tapes, you've got CDs, DVDs. I personally do want a CD player, but I do have a vinyl player, so I don't know if that's just more money going towards music that I already can listen to on different platforms, so the vinyl instead of CDs. But there are plenty of ways that you can switch to old technology and start separating how you consume media. I just really want people to realize how much doom scrolling is taking away from your creativity. If we start separating how we consume different media, like music, from one media, use your phone for its intended purpose, like calls, texts, searches, use it for its intended purpose. Go to libraries, go research over there instead of using Google. Read books instead of doom scrolling. You create art, create. Instead of consuming, start creating. You'll feel better. I'm going to make a video as well of different hobbies that you can use for this winter season, different hobbies to keep you going in 2026, because we've got a new year that is right around the corner. Jeez, it's creeping up on us, but I'm going to make a video on different hobbies. I've got so many hobbies that I like to use, so many unique ones as well. And I want people to feel a bit better going into this next year, because I don't know about you, but 2025 was not a great year. It was an okay year. 2026 is going to be much better, much more productive, I feel. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you got something from this video. Comment down below if you use any old technology. Let me know if you plan on getting any old technology and feel a bit retro in 2026. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.